Today in this video, we're going to talk about why it is 3 times more expensive to rent in Nashville than to buy a house. Check it out. Hi, I'm Rhonda Burgess, and I'm a real estate broker here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I am a native Nashvillian, and my firm is Southern Living Realty Partners. Today in this video, we're going to talk about renting in Nashville. I had already done a video a couple of months back about how expensive it is to rent, but I found out some information that I thought was just kind of like mind-blowing, okay? I've been helping some people to find a rental property in Nashville, people who are moving into the area. And let me tell you about renting in Nashville. First of all, finding a short-term rental, like 6 months or less, they are practically non-existent. That's whether you're renting from a property management company who is handling a property on behalf of an investor or an individual, or with an apartment. Neither one. Okay, sorry about that. Now, whether it's an apartment complex or an individual renter, they don't want to sign any leases less than 12 months. And I'm seeing a lot of people asking for new renters to sign either an 18-month or 24-month lease. So there are no short-term rentals to be found in the Nashville area. Secondly, this is why renting is 3 times more expensive. I have found out through various clients that I've tried to help is that when you go to rent, they want each adult in the house to be making at least 3 times the rent. So what that means is, if let's say the rent is $1,500, for example, and it's a husband and a wife and 2 kids or whatever, they want the husband to be making at least 3 times the rent, which is $4,500 a month, and they want the wife to be making at least $4,500 a month in income. That could be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, just 2 roommates. They are requiring that each adult on that lease makes at least 3 times the rent, which is absolutely outrageous, especially if you have one person who maybe doesn't work, or maybe they're a student, and they're only working part-time, or whatever the situation is. You may make enough to cover that rent, but the problem is they don't want to let you in because they are requiring that each person be able to show that they make at least 3 times the rent all by themselves. So for those of you who are not familiar with how the home buying process goes, you do not have to make 3 times your projected mortgage payment in order to buy a house. It doesn't work that way. It just looks at the debt to income ratio for your household. So you could have a person in your household who may not work or may not bring in as much income and still qualify to buy. But that's not the case with renting. If each person does not make at least 3 times the rent, what I say you should do is don't put that other person down as being on the lease, because it can totally mess up your ability to qualify for a rental. I have an example where I had a lady who called me from my YouTube videos, and she was moving here. She's a graduate student, and her boyfriend, they work where they are now, but they had not secured jobs here yet. So the management company was requiring them to bring on a co-signer. Okay, I understand that. But here's the kicker. The co-signer had to make at least 6 times the rent. 3 for the person and 3 for her boyfriend. The co-signer had to make 6 times the rent. That's just outrageous. Most people don't qualify. They do not qualify at all. But again, this is not the situation when you're trying to buy a house, because they look at your debt to income ratio, and nobody and people are not required to make X number times the rent. in income. Your income is what it is when you're buying a house, and it doesn't have those, stringent requirements. But that's one thing you need to keep in mind if you're looking to rent here in Nashville. The adults in the house need to be making at least 3 times the rent, or you're not going to get approved for that rental property. Again, my name is Rhonda Burgess, and I'm a real estate broker here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I am a native Nashvillian. If you need help with buying a home, please feel free to download my Home Scout app. There'll be a link below the video, and be sure to use my VIP code 0832, and it will show you all the listings in our Nashville MLS, and you'll be able to search, and it's updated every 15 minutes. You can also reach me at 615-554-0832, and I would be glad to help you with your move to Nashville. Thank you again, as always, and have a blessed day.